Hello everyone. Today we are going to see how to get input from users in three popular programming languages Python, JavaScript, and Java. Let's dive in. In Python, the built in function input lets your program receive data from the user through the keyboard. Here is the simplest example name equal to input, enter your name. Whatever we are given here is the prompt shown to the user. Let's and it will get input from the user and stored in the variable name. We will see about variables in the next video. Let's print this variable. Print name. Let's run this program. The command is Python, then the file name input.py. So now the program passes and waits for the user to type something. So now I'm typing the name as John. So John got printed here. Now I'm changing the name to age. So I'm printing age here. Now run this program. Now I'm entering 23 and the output is 23. Now I want to add plus 5 to the age, whatever the user enters. Now run this program. The age I'm entering 23. So I am getting type error at the line of age plus 5. Do you know why? Let's explore. If you want to find the type of the variable, I mean, we have the type. So if I give age, I'm running the program now. So I'm entering 23. See, the data type is string. This is because the input always returns the string value. Whatever the user type, a number, a word, or anything, input always returns a string. That's why we are getting error because we are adding number 5 to a string value. That's why we are getting type error. So how to avoid this one? We have to explicitly convert into integer. There is int function to convert a value to the integer. So now I am entering 23. So now it shows the data type as int. Float value, then see now. So now the value is 28.0. So if you want decimal numbers, then use float function. What if the user types text when you expect a number? Then we will get error, right? Python will get crash. So how to handle the errors? So we will cover error handling in future videos. JavaScript doesn't have a single built-in input function like Python because JavaScript runs in different environments, browsers and servers. So the approach depends on where your code runs. There are multiple ways to get user input in JavaScript. For browser, we use prompt function, HTML forms, and event listeners. For servers, that is Node.js, we use process.stdin and readline module. The simplest way in browser is using the prompt function. So here we are getting the input from user using prompt function and print it in using console log. Let's run this program. So it is asking the user to enter name. So you can see the output in console window. Now let's see how to get an input from user using HTML form. I created a simple HTML form. The label, this displays text telling the user what to do. Then the input tag to get user input. The important part is the ID, username. JavaScript uses this ID to find this particular input element in the DOM. Script tag. This links the external JavaScript file. Here the file name is input.js. That file contains the logic for handling the user input. GetName function gets called when the user clicked the submit button. Document.getElement by ID username finds the input box and dot value gets the value in the input box entered by the user. We store the we store the input in a variable called name and printed it in the console. So when the user types their name and clicks the submit button, getName function get called and it grabs the value entered by the user and printed it in the console in the program. To see the console output, I have to inspect, then go to console. Now I am entering the name. So hello can be printed. The another way to get the input from user is through using event listener. Let's see how to attach an event listener to an input field and capture user input. First, we need to select the input element from our HTML form. We can do that using document.getElement by ID username. This line finds the element with the ID username, here the input field, where the user enters the input name. Now we attach the add event listener. This tells the browser to listen for the input event. The input event fires every time the user types, deletes, or changes anything in the input box. Now we pass a function that runs whenever the event happens. Here the input event. It runs every time the user interacts with the input field. The parameter E stands for the event and gives us information about what just happened. Next, to get what the user typed, we use e.target.value. So e.target is the element that triggered the event and the value is the current text inside the user input field. Then we are logging it using console.log. Let's run this program and see how it captures all the values when the input event occurs. For that, I am right-clicking the input.html file and open with the live server. And to see the output, inspect console. And I am entering the value here. So it captures all the value when an input event occurs. Now let's see how to take user input in Java. We will start with the most common method, the scanner class. Then quickly explore some more advanced options like BufferedReader, console, and CommandLine arguments. Let's begin with the scanner class, which is the most widely used way to get input from users. Here we are importing the scanner class and we are creating object and reading the input from keyboard using system.in. Then we are prompting the user with enter your name and we are using next line method. We are reading the input from users and store it in a variable name and we are printing it using system.out.println. Scanner can read different types of data depending on what you need. It has a next int method to read the integers and a next double to read decimal values and next method reads a single word and the next line reads an entire line. Now let's run this program. It is asking the user to enter the name. I am giving John. So hello John got printed. Now let's look at faster and more advanced option BufferedReader. BufferedReader is faster than scanner and gives you more control, but it is slightly more complex and requires handling exceptions. It is often used in performance-heavy programs. We are importing BufferedReader, input stream reader, and IO exception. So why do we need these imports? BufferedReader will read text from the input stream efficiently. IO exception handles errors that may occur during input and output. Input stream reader, it converts raw bytes from keyboard into readable characters. So in the program, we are getting the input from user through keyboard using system.in. So these raw bytes we need to convert it into characters, readable characters. So we are passing it to the input stream reader class. Then to read that text from the input stream efficiently, we are passing it to the BufferedReader class. Then we are prompting the user with enter your name. Then readLine method reads the entire line the user types. Then we are printing it using system.out.println. Java also provides a console class for secure input. This is especially useful for sensitive data like passwords using read password method. I am getting error here, a syntax error on token console. This is because this method system.console is not supported in most Java IDEs since they do not attach a real console to the JVM. You can also pass input directly when running your program. So after compiling this program using javac main.java, run it with java main John. The value John will pass as argument to the main method. So when we are printing args of 0, it will print John. I am posting simple and easy comparisons of programming concepts in Python, JavaScript, and Java to help you learn faster. If you would like to see more content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. If you have any questions or topics you want me to cover, drop them in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like. It really helps support the channel. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.